You're watching Experience Comic Culture and Sales, streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
Hi guys, it is me, Bean, 1/3 of the Space Cadets. I'm joined by the other 2/3 of Space Cadets, Jena and Alfie. Say hello.
Hello.
Nice.
Hello.
Yeah. And today we are going to talk about our friend Jena went on a mighty adventure. She went on a quest and was successful, and she leveled up, probably. Do you feel like you leveled up?
I do, actually. Like, the amount of small things that I got will probably keep me busy for a bit. And so it was an epic sticker and comic quest. So,
Nice.
yeah. This was another Comicpalooza for me and Jay's second con ever. So I felt like it was a major level up for Jay because he did amazing.
Nice.
I think he was kind of nervous about it because it's the biggest Houston con that we have. But in June, we're going to a bigger one in Dallas. So I feel like I'm just like, yeah, this is the stuff that I'm used to.
Was there anything that you guys were like especially excited to go see?
Yes. Stephen Amell was there.
Mhm.
That was really cool. One of our friends, Dan Price, who does Bigfoot Knows Karate, was there. Chuck, I always forget his last name. I feel terrible. I always forget Chuck's last name. But he's one who does trivia on Wednesdays on the show, so it was really cool to meet him. And then I love walking down Artist Alley to get to see what indie books I can find. And I found quite a few, and they're really good. So I'm excited to get to show those off to you guys if you want.
Yeah.
Also, I got a red envelope, and we get to explore it here in a minute.
Nice.
Yee.
Eventually, I will go to a Comic-Con. I've never been to any sort of comic convention.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, I don't know.
I've only been to horror conventions and Retropalooza. That's it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness.
I've never been to a proper comic convention.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, look at my background. Clearly, the horror is the stuff I'm going to pay money for.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. I didn't even think of that. Oh. I'll have to bring you to Comicpalooza this next year. I think that'd be really cool. All of us together, just walking around, just like, yeah, comics and all kinds of stuff. Actually, there was stuff there I think you would have absolutely loved because there was a whole collection of Junji Ito, like either prints or mystery boxes.
Oh, yeah, no, I would have absolutely died over that. I would have spent way too much money on it.
You would have gone feral.
They weren't that bad. They had these like boxes that were like this big, I want to say, like about that big, size of my head, maybe a little bigger. They have them, they're mystery boxes. There's different collectibles and shirts and prints and all kinds of stuff in these boxes. And I think like those ones were 30, but then they also had like really big ones. And those were only like 50. So it's not too bad to go to a convention.
Well, I also had not saved up to even consider buying anything at this one, so I was like, nah, I can't. Even sending you with money would have been like, no, I will never financially recover from this type of situation.
I completely understand that. But another thing I really like about Comicpalooza is a lot of these indie creators, they're out there pushing their own books. They're anywhere from $5 to $10, and you're just like, wow, are you like, let me give you more money because
don't you have to go home? Do you need money to go home?
Do you need money for the gas to go home? Like, are you gonna be okay? But Comicpalooza is one of those things that's like really, really big. And I think the final numbers that they posted for amount of people that came in was 75,000.
Oh, only.
Yeah, for Saturday. They had 75,000 people come in and out.
That's at least 9 people.
And it's a huge place because it's the entire George R. Brown Convention Center. Because it's all 3 floors. So upstairs, what I really liked is upstairs hall. What they did was, it was K-pop dancing. So they had like this guy who was like, "Oh yeah, you can sign up for it, and I'll teach you this K-pop dance, and then we'll perform it." And that was really cool getting to see every perform it. They were really good. I think everybody who did it, because we watched a couple of them throughout the weekend. That was really cool.
That's cool.
And then the panels that were going on,
But
like the first.
Real quick, the George R. Brown Center has 3 floors?
Yeah.
I've only been there for a gun convention, so I don't know. I've only seen the first floor.
That is totally valid.
I never saw escalators.
If you guys ever go to Comicpalooza, I'm going to give you this hint, and it has to stay between us, okay? Everybody's watching this. This is our secret. If you need to go to the bathroom, the main bathrooms in the main convention hall always have these huge lines. If you go up to the 2nd or 3rd floor, they're usually empty. And it's literally right in front of the escalator. And also, the number one thing I'm going to suggest, and I'm going to start showing off now, is getting one of these. So this was this year's. There's a dragon on there. I don't know if you guys can see the dragon.
Oh, yeah, kind of.
And then last year's was lightning.
Hi.
So last year's was lightning, and this year's was a dragon. So you go in, you get one of these for like $30, right? And you get free refills of drinks all weekend.
Oh.
And you can bring it back the next year, because that's what Jay did. He brought his, and it was like $6 or $7, and he got free refills all weekend. So awesome. I'm going to highly recommend. I loved it. And they have things. They would have like Coke, Sprite, but then they also had like sweet tea and unsweet tea and like lemonade. Jay was really excited because they have like their own root beer. That he's root beer. Oh. So I always suggest that. And then, so this year, the weekend badge was Wolverine.
Oh, it looks like he has like little lightsabers for.
It does. So the number one thing that I love about the badges is all the badges are submitted from artists that are there. And they pick a bunch of different ones. So like they had like the weekend one, they had a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they had a vendor one, they had an MVP one. So like every single badge is a different artist that is there. What Comicpalooza does is they'll make a thing that says this is the badge winner, here is the art, and then you can buy it from the artist. So that's always so cool to me. I don't even know where to start. Do I start with comic stickers or ducks?
Comics.
Okay, let's start with the comic.
Yeah.
So this one was a dude that was, his name is Doug. I think it was Brown. I forgot. I remember his first name, but he was teamed up with Chuck. So they were sharing a table. This is called Stormy, and a singer, songwriter, badass from Ireland.
Oh,
that's cool.
That looks really nice.
The art on the outside is what it looks like on the inside too.
Oh, that's very nice one.
Yeah.
Yes. This other one, I got two number ones from this guy. Bloody brilliant. I've gotten to read them both, and I love them, and I need to go back to them and get the number 2s. He was next to Dan Price. They were right next to each other, and then the editor that does these is actually Chuck as well. But this is Hawaii, number 1. And in Zufan, number 1. So both of these, he is from Ethiopia, and it is mythology from where he's from.
Oh, that's so cool.
And it's so good. Oh my God. Like this one has to be my favorite. It's so good. The art's amazing. They're both really good. It's from Etten Comics. Let me see. Can I get it? Can I do that?
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
And he was there just showing them off. It was they're both so good. And they were only $5. And I was like, are you sure? Can I give you more money? And he did have a shirt, but he only had the one shirt. And I was like, next time I see you, I'm going to buy a shirt from you. And we came back and got them autographed because he didn't think anybody would want his autograph. And I was like, no, I need it now. Ha!
Yeah. I don't care if you're not known. If you're the artist of the thing that I'm buying, I would like an autograph, please.
Yes. And the next one that I got, I was super sad because I missed it last year because I was working a booth. So I went hard this year. It's number 1 and number 2 of Here Comes Calico Cat. It is run by a animal rescue team. So they're there on the top. Can you see it? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we are roommates, I have seen these comics. I've been looking. I didn't realize that was a C. I've been like, what is Alico? That's kind of like a cool name for like a comic. This must be that character's name, Alico. That makes sense.
Alico is a cool name.
It is. So this is issues number 1 and 2 that I was able to get this year. They're up to 6 issues, and it's an 8-part series. Also, I don't have it on me. I think it's because I was washing it or it got put up. But from Dan, we got Bigfoot Knows Karate shirts where it's a picture of Bigfoot, like his face right on the front. It's really cool. I'm sure Jay will put a picture of it afterwards. But with the Calico Cat, this one's kind of violent. I can show it. So they have these stickers that are $1 a piece, and 100% of the proceeds for the stickers and half the proceeds from the comics go toward that organization for rescue animals. The other half for the comics goes to making the comics, like printing them off and stuff like that. So that was really cool. So this was the first sticker. I bought all 4 stickers they had.
Mr. BB.
Here is the next one. Rawr.
Yeah.
This one I thought was funny is I hate bullies. And I'm like, dude, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one's kind of violent.
Dogs.
Huh?
I said I hope they don't mean bully dogs like bulldogs and bull terriers.
And this one says, don't diss comic book readers.
Oh man.
So this one I felt kind of I don't know why I needed this one because of the blood that's depicted on it. They had to censor the pictures. There was like this post-it note over half the picture. And I was like, I need it. It's mine now.
Actually, I kind of really want that one too.
Yeah. All right. So, and then I also went to our favorite person. I have her card. It is Spooky Alien Queenie.
She got a booth here? That's awesome.
I got these earrings. I got these earrings. These ones. Oh, turn. And Sailor Moon stuff. Dark Sailor Moon stuff.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, and real quick for anyone that has been watching the show or has seen me at the shop, if you see my horrific little baby earrings, which I do have next to me, that comes from the same person.
Yeah, she had the cowboy baby earring ones.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And then
Horrific little babies.
And this one I thought was adorable. I gave Bean hers already. But this is from a creator called Bunnery, Little Bun. This is Bimbo.
Oh.
That is their character. For anybody looking for it, there is, let me see if I can get it to focus. Is it going to focus? No? Okay. But there it is.
Yeah, it's so cute. This is okay.
Oh, it's so cute.
It's so small. I love him. He lives on my desk.
And then this is the sticker that I got for me. No thoughts.
Yeah.
And then the one that I actually have for Alfie. The one that I have for Alfie. So spoiler.
Oh, I love it.
And then Bean already got hers. I'm going to show you.
Mine you can see in action. It's this one, which I just like put it on my water bottle, but I didn't even realize like when it's sitting there now, it looks like this man is just like standing there. Like it just looks like this little frog is like standing there. And then this is another one Jena got me from a different convention because they know I love frogs. Everybody knows I love frogs, but yeah, this is mine from there.
And then from the earring place, I got a couple of stickers as well. Here they are. It's a really cute paw.
Nice.
And then a puppy balloon animal.
Oh.
And then from, oh no, I forgot who gave me this one. Oh no, Jay might have to help me remember. But this is Serbius. Look how cute. I think this one was from Chuck.
Little puppy.
I think this is from Chuck. Oh, no. And then this is from the guy who does Retribution. And I think this one was also Chuck.
Nice.
His Belial series. And then we came across, so also who does Big Fit Knows Karates. Oh, Robert Garcia for Retribution. Thank you. Big Fit Knows Karates, Dan Price is part of his company called Lesser Known Comics, and this is their new sticker.
Nice.
Very nice.
It's really big. We also saw this really cool thing where they were like, if you spend $5 on stickers or at our booth, you get to roll this dice. I rolled a 6, so I got 6 free things. So I bought, these are the two, I bought these two. And what he does is he actually takes his collectibles and figures and he dresses them up and does picture scenes with them.
Oh, that's fun.
So hold on, let me see. Oh, I have his card. Good. Yay, I have his card. Can you guys see that? Sticker Man?
Yeah.
Doesn't. Sticker Man Photography. That's who this is. And then I got Mario as Superman.
Very nice.
And then this is it's Deadpool holding Thor's hammer, dressed as a trooper with a broken shield.
Nice.
And then Deadpool again. So his new line was Deadpool ones because he had just gotten a Deadpool figure. And then I got the really big Deadpool in a bathtub with the thumbs up.
All of that.
And then they gave me a magnet of Boba Fett and Deadpool going ham.
It's
And then these two are the kind of like ones that like are really specific, where it's Deadpool painting all the stuff. And then Deadpool running away from stormtroopers. So that was crazy to me. They were like, oh, well, you got super lucky. You rolled the 6. Here you go. And I was like, oh, man. Okay. Sorry for winning all the things. And I also
if
got
you insist, I'll take it.
almost all of the Justice League rubber duckies. It was Wonder Woman, Batman, Cyborg, Robin. And I like that all their tails are colors too.
Yeah.
Green Lantern. And then Superman, red butt. And I think the last thing I got is a red envelope. So with this, he was like, yeah, it's $20 and you get a bunch of stickers and then you get a luck drawn. So I got the red envelope and I have to read you guys what luck I got after I show you the stickers. And they are so realistic looking. Isn't that adorable?
Yeah.
And then astronaut. I asked for all the kitties. I was like, I love cats. Please let me have cats.
Oh.
Samurai cat.
I'm more of a samurai doggy girl myself.
And then, of course, I had to get, and this is their card. This is Texas Crafts for No Resin.
Nice.
They also do a bunch of resin. So, and it came with another red one. So this is what luck I got. And it comes on a wooden thing. And mine says, dumb luck. Yes. My luck, I get dumb luck. And I think that was everything. Oh, and I got popcorn and Dippin' Dots. So
Yeah.
that was cool.
That's awesome.
Oh, so when I go to conventions, I just go ham on stickers and indie comics. Everybody's like, oh, this statue, oh, this autograph, this signature. And I'm like, where's my stickers? That's all I want.
I always get a bunch of shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Shirts and posters. That's what I get.
Nice.
I usually do at least 1 or 2 shirts, but I went kind of ham on my stickers. And indie comics. I love getting indie comics. Because it takes a lot to not just make a comic, but go out there and just be like, look upon thy creation and love it, or at least like it.
Look upon what I have placed before you.
Yeah.
And like it or don't. And that's not my business.
But yeah, so that was my big haul, I guess you could call it, from Comicpalooza.
That's great.
What are 9 things?
just a handful of stickers. That's all anybody needs in life, right?
True.
But yeah, this place was dope. They did really well. Stephen and Mel was there, and Jay just was like, "Can we walk by him?" I was 10 feet away from Stephen and Mel 3 times. It's like, oh goodness. And then McFoley was there too, so I get to walk by him a couple times, just be like, "It's McFoley." Oh, okay, I'm good. I'm okay now. I'm okay.
I just get the feeling that he's the nicest person ever.
Oh my god, he was so sweet. He sat there talking with every single person that came with the line, even though like they were like his line was really, really long for both days he was there. But he was just like, "I'm gonna talk to everybody." And it was like, "Oh, you're awesome. Thank you." Oh, and Lita was there, but I didn't get to see her because there was too many people in the wall of line. Yeah, it was exhausting because like this one was a 2.5-day event. So they did Friday like 2 to 8, Saturday 10 to 8, and then Sunday they did 10 to 5. And the building is huge, and they had major like halls for the big panels, and then they also had smaller panels which is in the big hall, but they're spaced out. And the one panel that we saw on Saturday was so it had a bunch of indie creators, and it was about what's it like to be an indie creator. So we saw like Dan was there, Ben Humanick was there. He had brought the high school kids.
That's cool.
So that was really cool to see. Who were the other 3 people? I'm just blanking out. It was, like I said, it was a lot. And then at the same time, when we were down there, the car headlight went out at one point, and the pothole fixed it. So that was yeah. That's it for my show and tell. Hold on.
Nice. Yeah. I'm excited to possibly be able to go next year. We'll see. I'm
gonna drag you. Because they always have this one holiday sale where you can get like 2 tickets for like $100, but you got to hit it right at that sweet spot. So me and Jay will usually we're like, okay, usually it's about November, December when they do their weekend deal, right? So we'll save that money and wait for that weekend deal to drop and then grab it. Because otherwise it goes up to $70 a day.
I just want to go back to Frightmare again. I miss it so much.
Oh,
my friends are there. That's where I met them. Well, not you guys. Obviously, I didn't meet you guys there. Oh. You guys are friends, but I met my filmmaker.
Yeah.
Friends. You know.
And I've noticed that's kind of like a normal thing to have like con friends and then real life friends.
Well, I mean, I did end up like babysitting for them for a couple years. So. But now, oh my God, one of their kids is graduating from high school, and it's like, oh God, have I known you guys that long? Oh no.
Where did the time go?
It just did.
It just went away.
The great panorama happened. The Backstreet Boys reunion tour just kept happening.
Oh, did I show you guys the duck card? I'm sorry. This was the duck card. If you bought a duck, you got this.
Nice.
Oh.
I love going to cons. Money, though.
Money is a problem.
I've always got to like plan it out. I'm like, okay, we need to save up this much. We need to have this much. Oh, I spent all the money. Oh no.
Yeah. I just pretty much accept being in debt. And the thing too is like with things like Frightmare, it's like I can't come back home. I have to be there. Because that's in Dallas. But now they've moved convention centers because once again they have gotten too big. So they're not in a hotel anymore. They're in a proper convention center.
Ooh.
So now you'll have to stay at a hotel that's around it. And that's like, oh no. Transportation to the convention center.
Well, Dallas has pretty good like a bus system, and don't they?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I don't live there. I don't know. Why would I know if Dallas has a good bus system?
Well, that's what. Okay, so me and my sister are planning for Dallas because she's also coming, or she's also going, and we're just like, we can take the bus, and she's like, oh, but the bus runs this early, and I was like, oh, well, at least there is a bus.
I know, like with one hotel when I had to stay off site from Frightmare one year, like I just couldn't get reservations for that hotel. The person that did the shuttling from the hotel that I was at to Frightmare was like, hey man, if you give me a call, I'll come pick you up. No worries.
Aww.
And I was like, well, that's really nice. But my friends that were there ended up like going out having dinner, and then they took me back to my hotel.
Aww.
But then I saw him like in the hotel restaurant, and he was just like, oh man, you didn't call. And it's like, yeah, no, sorry, my friends ended up giving me a ride. I'm sorry.
When is Frightmare?
Frightmare was also Memorial Day weekend this year.
Oh.
Normally it's not. Normally it's like the last weekend of April or the first weekend of May. But this year it was also the same day as Comicpalooza.
Oh man.
Wow.
They have
Or the
it a
same
different time. We'll have to plan it for next year.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to go. I miss it. You guys can meet all my weird friends.
We'll just have to drag each other to all of our favorite, meetups and stuff like that. Just like, okay, giant Airbnb for all of us.
I'll take a hotel. Airbnbs are so expensive.
I have noticed
now
that
they are.
Sometimes they're the same price as hotels, and it's like a whole house versus one room.
I'm gonna not do my gripe. I have gripes because I used to use Airbnb quite a bit, but now I don't anymore for reasons. Because it's gotten crazy.
Oh yeah, there has been a couple of things. Yeah.
Would you like to stay in this Hasbro plastic car for a weekend? It's on Airbnb. Enjoy it. $600 a night.
Yeah.
Just find a cheap Motel 6 and just crash there.
That's what SA and us did it in Vegas, and totally fine.
Nice. Like, it's so weird though, because like you go on the website to try and find what is the nearest like motels or hotels to the convention center, and the Motel 6s never show up. Like, you have to drive around to look for it.
I typically go for a La Quinta.
Yeah, La Quinta's nice too. I have so much family that every major city I have at least one relative. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna crash with you, and they're like, okay. On that note, whatever note this is, it's all the notes I'm guessing it is. It's time for a commercial break, so I can go put my books away. So don't just sit here at my desk and I want to read them again. So we will see you guys right back. Bye.
Imagine being at a convention and going to an interview panel that's just for you. No bustling crowds, no hours-long lines, just you, the moderator, and your favorite comic book creators. Well, this is pretty much that. Miss Jen sits down every week with 2 comic book creators for a live stream interview about their latest work, and you can ask them whatever you want. It's Talking Shop, Mondays at 5 Eastern on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales. You just finished the last episode of your favorite news show, and you just have to talk about it. But all your friends are ghosting you because of that incident last week at the buffet. Oh, you know the one. What you did to that chowder. Ugh. Keeps me up at night. So what do? Join writer Dan Wickline as he breaks down all your favorite pop culture media. Whether it's a review of the latest nerdy TV show or a dive back into the history of your favorite comic characters, Dan's ready to discuss all the hottest topics live. Join the conversation as Dan live streams Tuesday through Thursday at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. The Dan Wigline Show on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
Hey guys, and we're back. And we're here to kind of go through all of our favorite things that we've done over the last
Ever.
yeah, all of the show. All of this show.
Or just read in general, because
Yeah.
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 There's
All of
loads
our
of stuff.
favorite things. So I have 2 more bites of my pizza left. Do one of you guys want to go first while I eat it?
Yeah.
Yay.
Yes, I can go first.
Yeah.
My favorite comic book is Black Hammer. Remember when I made you guys read that, and then you guys were like, "Wow, that's what a sad comic." It's
I
just
really
the
liked what I read.
saddest-
I do want to finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it.
It's a sad comic. Any trauma you've ever had is triggered at some point in it, I think.
Yeah. It's lovely.
There's probably some. It covers, like I said, I will say my favorite thing I love saying about it is that, like, Garth Ennis writing The Boys was like, I'm gonna make something where that, like, I don't like superheroes. I'm gonna try to make everyone who reads this not like superheroes too. And then Jeff Lemire wrote Black Hammer. He accomplished what Garth Ennis was trying to do with The Boys by just making these superheroes so realistic and so sad that you're just like, you know what? You're right. Superheroes shouldn't exist. You know?
Poor guy.
Wow. I'm sad. But in
It's
a good way.
horrific existence.
I also realized the other day that I reference that book all the time now. I love it so much, and the art styles that it goes through and just the whole story. I love Colonel Weird is my favorite character.
He's great.
Yes. And that's just like what I want to like in my life. When I am a very old person, I will become Colonel Weird. I will clip between dimensions and drift in and out of rooms and time. That's my goal.
Time is
So
hard to keep straight.
yeah. So that's my goal in life now. So thank you, Black Hammer, for giving me purpose.
It's not a bad goal.
Yeah.
Just good life goals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But Alfie, what's your favorite comic?
Okay, well, here's my problem. I have a lot. So I figure maybe we can do a round robin.
Yeah, I can go next.
Yeah, like no. I'll go, but I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Like we each do one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So currently, I've got a bit of a problem.
Looks like a good problem.
Yeah. For anyone that doesn't know, I painted this at a pottery thing. I've got a current obsession with the Corinthian. So I do really love what Sandman I have read of like the original set. Like I absolutely love it. It is huge though. And in that the Corinthian is introduced, and with that the Sandman universe has expanded. So Nightmare Country, so good. Like basically, this like the main character, like she doesn't dream, and instead, like she ends up like seeing this character that has teeth for eyes. It's not the Corinthian, and the Corinthian's like, "What do you mean you're seeing other things with teeth for eyes? That's me. What is this? Something is amiss." And like that whole story is really good, and then it goes into Dead Boy Detectives, and that's super amazing. Corinthian is not in that, but the immediate end of Nightmare Country goes into Dead Boy Detectives. And then the immediate end of Dead Boy Detectives goes into Nightmare Country Glass House. All of those are super good, and they are short storylines. I 10 out of 10 would recommend. They're amazing, but the artists have no business drawing the Corinthian looking that good. It's upsetting to me because it's caused a problem for me. A big problem. But it's okay. I'm anyway. I feel like it's expected.
It is a good series.
But 10 out of 10, everyone read anything Sandman universe related. It's so good. If reading the actual Sandman is daunting, read things like Nightmare Country, Dead Boy Detectives. It's self-contained.
Yeah. That's awesome. I think one of my favorite things that we've all read, because I kind of like it was one of my picks, was Grandma Chainsaw.
Oh yeah, I almost picked that out actually.
Yeah, physical. Grandma Chainsaw #1, because the second issue isn't out yet, but soon. By some really cool dudes, Alan and Will, doing awesome things, and I'm super excited to see what the second one's going to be. And the fact that they did 2 sets of stickers, one where it's just Grandma Hazel just being Grandma Hazel, and the other one where they're bloody, they're great. But yeah, I was super excited that I got to share that with you guys, because I love everything that that team makes and does. And
yeah, I mean, Grandma Chainsaw was so fun.
Yes, and the way that it was kind of twisty there at the end, where the heroes are coming in, but they're not really heroes. They're just kind of like a doth lady doth protest too much. And I'm like, oh my God, I want to punch you in the throat. So I was really excited that you guys got to read that. Yay, there it is. Yes, so good. Source Point. Yeah. It was really cool because it actually started off as a Kickstarter. And then the guys were like, oh, Source Point wants to pick it up, but we need to finish the Kickstarter. And they're like, okay, finish it, and then we're going to publish it. And it's really cool that now you get to see it in stores. It makes me so happy for the guys.
There's so many good books. And I know I just am like picking old things, but I like what I like.
That's fine.
There's
the other thing, which I never... So, Alfie, you still need to like read it at some point. I can't force you through pick of the week anymore. But Gideon Falls.
Oh, that's actually on my list.
Yeah, it should be.
It should
be high on your list because it's so good. But it is really like, that's a series you want to read the whole thing, and it is not like, it's not like 12 issues. I'm not sure how long it is. Let me look it up real quick. It's a chunk. It's at least 5 or 6 volumes.
That's fine.
There's 27 issues.
Oh, that's pretty small in comparison to reading Saga.
Yes. Yeah. No, and it's definitely, though, that's a story where it's like, it begins, it ends, it's awesome, and it's just like, you want to read the whole thing, though, because it is one big mystery of what is going on. It's one of those where you're just like, what is this? And I love it. I love the like, and that was why I was so excited, especially with the new series, which I've not been able to keep up with as much because I've been in school so much. I need to get caught up on the Bone Orchard mythos, which I'm really excited.
Yeah.
And Sorrentino, who did the art, is doing a lot of the art for Bone Orchard, is the one who did Gideon Falls, and I love their art so much. And just like the visuals of the Black Barn is just something that I love. It's like probably some of my favorite panels in comics ever. And the way the artist draws at time, because like there's parts in the book where time is like mixing together and like warping and all these like weird things, like people are being exchanged between dimensions, like all this sort of stuff, and the creativity of like the paneling and how it like twists and moves and like it shows that movement and that manipulation is amazing. And it's things that like could not have been done in any other media except for comic books.
Mhm.
And I love Gideon Falls so much.
Well, you're really selling it.
Yeah.
Like I'm definitely, I will move it up higher on the list
Yeah.
of like over 100 comics. I will move it up higher. I'll put it in the top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Trigger warning for people who have a particular aversion to roaches. Cockroaches are in the book a lot.
Okay. I literally have roach earrings, so I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Not live roaches for any of you weirdos out there. I don't have live roach earrings. They're just normal roach earrings.
Yeah.
Completely normal.
Completely, as long as they're not alive, they're completely normal, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And my next one I will put as like, it was an actual pick of the week. I just happen to own all of them, which the trade is out now. Seven Sons.
Yeah.
It was a pick of the week.
It was.
Yeah.
And I have all of them. Huzzah.
They're so good.
Yeah, and for anyone that doesn't know, it's like 7 kids were born at the same time on 7 different continents, and like they're all supposed to be kind of like a prophet, but like in this world it's like very twisted versions of religion that exists, but you would think that it would be like a complete satire or parody, but it doesn't come across as such. It's like, oh, well, if we let these sorts of things get out of control, it's not so far-fetched. It's a wacky world. It's really good. I absolutely love it, and I love the art in it. It's
The art is something special in it. It's
Yeah.
very different. So
I
good.
think it's Jay Lee, is that who does the art?
Yep.
Yeah. All the covers, look at this. That's crazy.
Haunting, horrifying.
So
Yeah.
great.
It's amazing. It's just so if like religious horror is your type of thing, which I don't even know that I would necessarily classify this as a horror, but
Kind of like a psychological horror.
yeah, I
Yeah.
suppose so. Like if that's your thing, 10 out of 10 would recommend, and the trade is out. Go get it. You don't have to get every single issue. You can just, and it's 7 issues long. Obviously because it's 7 Sons. So please read it and then talk to me about it. It's so good.
I feel like that one is definitely one where it's like you just keep having moments where you're like, okay, yeah, I see where this is going.
No, you
Yeah.
Nope, that's not where I went. Okay, yeah, you know what? I think I know. Nope. Who? What is that?
Yeah,
Who
like,
is that?
oh, okay, this is
Oh.
the good guy. Nope, I guess not. All right, okay, we're moving on.
Yeah.
Who's next? So actually I'm next. I think my favorite moment that we've had is Lore Olympus.
Oh,
That was something that I suggested, and I knew it's a lot of chapters. It's a lot of episodes on this webtoon. And I was like, yeah, just read at least the first like 4 or 5. How many did you read, Alfie? All of them?
yeah, I'm not kept up anymore because I've been reading other stuff.
Oh man, that's
But
and
I'll get around to it. I definitely read past what the books are currently on.
yeah. So there's I think there's only 3 of the books out. Like
Yeah.
I think there's only 3 trades of it. But it's over 100 chapters at this point. And it's amazing. And I like the art style that they use for it is this like flowing, beautiful, almost watercolor with ink on top of it. Like just absolutely outstanding, beautiful. And it's a whole different take on the Hades Persephone, storyline, where on Earth everybody is like still ancient times, but in Olympus and like their universe, it's modern times where you have business suits and like cell phones and cars, and it's so good. And anybody who hasn't had a chance to, please read it. It is free on Webtoons. They do, if you want to support the artist another way, they do have the first 3 trades out. They're really thick. It's Lore Olympus. I don't know how to explain it other than amazing.
I'll just say I need to give Lore Olympus another shot. It's not the kind of story that I get sucked into easily. I just well, I guess I can bring up my romance. I did have people read though, because I do love it, which is Sweet Paprika.
Yes.
Which
I wasn't here when you guys read it then.
I love Sweet Paprika so much.
It's on my list. I'll move it up to top 5 as well.
You should. Oh my
really
god.
good. And honestly, it's 12 issues, and I don't know if it's just because I love it. I've reread it multiple times, which is kind of rare for me because of my eternal pile of stuff. But it's a very fast read. I think it's a very fast-paced story, and there's a lot of the art is amazing. Mark Gandolfo is one of my favorite freaking artists, creators, just in existence, and I love her work so much, and I'm really, really excited because she's been teasing, it's really interesting is her creative process is that she draws a character, thinks they look cool, and then the story is built from that. And her most recent one that you can go to her Instagram and see her stuff that she's been putting out is this really cool singer goth chick, and I'm just so excited for it. It's gonna be so cool. But Sweet Paprika is probably one of the very few romance books that you'll hear me recommend, but I love it, and it's about Paprika, who is very high-powered business lady and he gets into the whole of why she's like that. It discusses her childhood and her parents. Both of her mom and her dad are both prominent people in the story, which is kind of a weird thing, is a lot of times characters, especially reading a lot of superhero stuff, their parents they're dead a lot. They're just you don't always get, you especially don't get a lot of both parents are alive and present and existing, and so that's kind of, I think that's part of what makes the story kind of different, is because she does have family and she has all these connections, and she's trying to basically the whole thing is about her trying to juggle things and also trying to decide, because it goes into a love triangle. And it is very interesting because it's a love triangle, not where there's a clear I think that most people reading it are cheering for her to be with one person, which is also pretty clear from if you look at the covers. All the covers are her and Dill, who's the other main character.
Dill Pickles.
Yes, Dill Pickles. A jar of Dill Pickles.
And it's funny because they're all demons and angels too, so that's that's really cool.
Yeah, and I didn't even think about that because sorry, I get rambly when I get talking about the stuff that I really love.
It's so good.
That's totally fine.
Yeah. And
it's interesting. We do have to warn everybody, it's a very sexy time book.
Yes. Do not read near children.
Yes.
At all.
Not within 500 feet of a school. Do not read near it.
Yes. I will say, I said though, it is not for it's not for no reason. There's very clear, she's going through her own explanation or exploration and everything. It's great. And it's also very funny. Mark Gandolfo does not take it seriously. It's not a oh man. It's some of the panels, especially of them like it does not take itself seriously at all, and it's great and it's hilarious and it's great. So read Sweet Paprika if you are over 18 and want and are not near children.
Yes.
I'll
Very
move it up on
mature.
my list.
Yeah. Even some of the covers are very mature.
Well, you've seen the ones that I buy. The regular ones are not always that.
That's why they have poly bags.
Yes.
Which I will say, Bean, I'm pretty certain, aren't you the one that recommended Saga for pick of the week one time? I would consider
yeah.
that like a romance. It's action romance, but it's romance.
Yeah, you know what though, my favorite like romance stories, like I do that because like there are a lot, like I just got done reading the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson, probably one of my favorite like romance stories of all time, but it's not a romance. I love when romance is present in a story, but I do not want to read a whole book where romance is the focus.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah.
Fair enough.
mhm.
What's your next one, Alfie?
Oh, well, I mean, if we want to go into inappropriate, I do have Red Room on the top of my list, which I have not recommended to anyone because of content. But I'll put that cover first. All right, so Red Room. This is trigger warnings. This is not the first story arc. The first story arc is the Antisocial Network, which I can no longer find at the store at all, not even in trade format.
Oh.
I don't know where they went. I highly doubt that we sold them all. But, so, and the current running one is, I can show that. Crypto Killers is the current running story arc. It's 3 story arcs so far. It is about red rooms, which if you don't know what those are, they're murder rooms on the dark web. That's what they are. And this dude ends up like making that his job, and his daughter is benefiting, but also like starting to pick up like, my dad was into some weird stuff. What's going on with this? I think this is bad. But yeah, I love it. It's splatterpunk. It's disgusting. It's gross. I love the art. The art on the cover is what you get. The color, like this weird sepia tone, is what you get. I love it. I hold it near and dear to my heart because I'm a little weirdo. Absolutely love it.
So I think my last one for today has got to be when so this comic actually had a little backstory. We were exploring Kickstarters, and I think it was me and Alfie that day, and we found this one called Pumpkin.
Oh yeah.
And we got it, and then we all read it for pick of the week when it came in, and I super enjoyed it because it's kind of like the reverse of what Bean was saying, where it's like, oh, the parents are dead. This one, the parents are alive and the teenager is dead. Yeah. And her just, her kind of like build up to her just being kind of accidentally taken out. And then, the Pumpkin King, Death, just being like, want revenge? Let's revisit this in a year. And I loved the art style of it too, because it kind of reminded me of like old school Zenescope, but like a little more refined. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait for the second one to hit Kickstarter because I really want to see her revenge. Because she already survived a horrible car accident and a year in a coma, and then she got taken out by people who were making assumptions based off of a lie. And she's like, seriously, I just survived the life, and now this.
I think it's going to be like classic horror movie stuff, and I'm excited for it.
Yes, I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Yeah. We all love a revenge tale.
Yes.
You ready to take us out?
I suppose so. But with taking us out real quick, since unfortunately, I'm being put to sacrifice. Yeah, unfortunately. Finally, that Ouija board's gotten to me. It's gotten to everyone else, too.
Oh my god.
This is probably going to be my last show. Unless I make any guest appearances. Unlikely. I'm not really a guest person. I was just here. Before we completely end, I just want to give some last recommendations. And if anyone ever wants any recommendations from me, you can find me on socials. I'm around. Real quick, currently running World Tree. It's a weird virus internet stuff. It's really cool, and there's a naked lady the whole time. It's awesome. Griffin, Galaxy's Most Wanted. It's basically Tank Girl going up against fascists. Non-binary Tank Girl, so even more fun.
Nice.
Codename Ric Flair, Magical 8-Ball. Ric Flair got into a helicopter accident and has been rebuilt to be a secret agent. It's pretty fun. Creepshow. It's done. Unless they do another thing. But a trade is out. It's Creepshow. What more could you ask for? It's literally Creepshow in just different stories. It's not the movies. Riddler, Year One. This is written by Paul Dano.
Ooh.
He wanted to explore the origin story of his Riddler. It is written so heckin' good. It took me a lot to not say the F word. It is so good. Please read it. The art is amazing as well. This was actually a pick of the week one time. Scotch McTiernan's Halloween Party. It's goofy.
Every
it's
holiday
fun.
gets one.
It does, including 420. So obviously, I feel like that explains it all. Rock and Roll Hell. This is a one shot. A band is in Helsinki and they are doing a concert. They're having internal struggles, and then the devil is summoned, and they gotta deal with that. And it's a metal band, so you know that they know how to deal with the devil. The Gimmick. A wrestler accidentally kills a racist wrestler in the ring on a pay-per-view in front of a lot of people, completely on accident. Just punches his head off, or punches a hole through his head, and then has to go on the run. Goes to Mexico, becomes a luchador. Pretty cool. I think they're on issue 3 now. Elvira in Horrorland. Obviously, I'm going to recommend any Elvira book. She has to go through 5 iconic horror movies and find the boss layer to find the remote control to change the channel to get to another movie or get back home. It's fun. And now this at the end of this, it goes to Elvira in Monsterland, where she's trying to stop Vlad the Impaler from stealing all of the famous Draculas, including Sesame Street's Count.
Oh, rude.
It's fun. Okay, I could recommend loads more, but those were the ones that I had on hand. And with that, we've gone way over time. But this is my last show, so this is my goodbye. Goodbye. Farewell. I'll see you all on another plane. Like an astral plane, not like a plane. It's unlikely that I would see any of you guys on a plane. I don't travel.
Oh, I thought you were making one of those monsters on the wing reference.
Oh,
you were.
Yeah, I mean, I might be that monster. I might be that something on the wing, but we will not be sitting in coach together. This has been Space Cadettes. I've been Alfie. That's been Jena. That's been Bean. I will no longer be Alfie, at least not on this show. Maybe another show. Maybe another plane, an astral plane, not a soul plane, not inside of a plane, on the wing of a plane. All right. Goodbye.
Bye.